he just finished playing basketball. He did a good job with that. But at the end of the day, he's chomping at the bit. He's ready to get here. Once he gets here at the end of May, we'll be ready to roll.
Do you just want to talk a little bit about Oos a little bit more, just how big of a win was that? Obviously, Coach Norvell had said it's a 3 or 4 year recruitment that you guys were able to win out in the end. Just how important was it for your room to win out in that recruitment?
Oh, I think that was big. When you talking about a recruit like Oos, that's major. Coming from out of state, I thought he was a great fit for us, obviously, what he can do on the field and what he can do off the field. But he's so athletic, so explosive. Definitely one of the top backs coming out this year. And I think he's going to help us this year. I think he's going to be ready to roll. He has a type of mindset where he wants to play now, and that's what I want. I want a guy to come in here, be ready to play, and we're going to put him in position to be successful.
Coach Gus is obviously, he's not shy about wanting to run the football, and obviously that's got to make you pretty happy as a running backs coach. Just what has it been like working with him these past 2 months, getting to know his offense, and just how have things gone there in terms of the relationship?
I think it's been, for me it's been a blessing, learning from him, watching how he operates with the offense, and definitely he wants to run the ball. He wants to hang his hat on something and say, this is what we're going to do. We have to run the ball tough, and it's tough to run. So that's his biggest thing, is running the football. And our guys are really excited about it. They've been doing a really good job with the OTAs, every running back kind of understanding the offense, seeing exactly where they fit. So, we're all excited about it.
Yeah. So, obviously you're getting a couple of guys back. You're getting Jalen back after being injured. Roy Dell is going to get some more run this year. Just talk about your room and how you've been able to kind of preserve that veteran presence, be able to just have a lot of leadership there.
I think that's big. Getting Rodell back, and after Jalen, getting Jay Lou back was big. Those guys unfortunately got injured early during the season. You have Kazai Holmes who's also coming back, who's a veteran. Like I said, Sam Singleton. And then you have Cam, some younger guys, and you have Ooze coming in. But those veteran guys, they understand what we want in that room. They're going to lead those guys. Even when Rodell was injured last year, he continued to lead. He tried to help Cam out as much as possible to get through that tough freshman year. And I thought he did a good job with that.
Yeah, speaking of Cam, how has he rebounded? Obviously, he maybe not, I don't want to say it's not the year that he would have wanted for his first year, but definitely some moments, some growing pains. How has he been able to bounce back from that, and what have you seen from him in the past few months?
He continued to work. That's one of the biggest things. Kind of shedding some weight. He's becoming faster, a little more explosive, working on his ball skills, and he wanted to make sure he understood, the protection part of it. He didn't want to be a liability. So those are things he's working on. And Cam, I'm proud of him. He continued to work, continue to get better. He's setting high goals for himself, and that's what we want.
Now, has Micahi officially moved over to wide receiver? Is that something that you could talk about? So he has moved to wide receiver. Is he still going to be used in the backfield at all, or I can't give that away?
Well, we're going to try to use him whenever we can with that type of speed, that type of explosiveness. We just want to get the ball in his hand. And I think he's excited about it, doing a really good job with track right now. But at the end of the day, we just want to find a way to get the ball in his hand. And we know he can stretch the defense. You start putting him outside, putting him inside receiver, and he's going to do a good job with that. And I think Coach Tim Harris is really excited about it.
Yeah. Speaking of his track, how impressive is that from your standpoint for him to be able to excel as a dual athlete? Because it feels like the dual athlete is kind of, fallen away a little bit, especially with how involved football is and how year-round it is now. Just how impressed are you with what he's been able to do as a dual sport athlete?
I was so impressed with his mindset. It's the first time he ever ran indoor track. If I'm going to go and kind of set records and do different things like that, obviously track coaches are really glad that they have him. They're doing a really good job with him, and he's actually chomping at the bit, excited about to get to outdoor track. So, we want to make sure he's catching at least 100 balls a day, doing different things like that. He's coming in, getting the install. So it's a lot on him. For that kid to play both track and football and have to come get installs and go to track practice, but he's doing a really good job with it and keeping his grades up.
Sweet Feet's kind of the guy that seems to be lost in translation a little bit. We've talked about the veterans, we've talked about Cam already. Do you think that Sam has the potential to really kind of explode this season? What is this? Is his third year now?
Yes, Sam will be a redshirt sophomore, and I think he's doing a good job. It's all about the process, and he's very hard to tackle. And And I think the biggest thing has been improving on his ball skills, catching the ball out the backfield, doing different things like that. He has a really good feel for this offense, exactly what's going on. He's able to play, definitely smarter. He's playing a lot faster. And Sam is really physical, really hard to tackle. I just can't wait to see what he does this spring.
We've kind of talked about the new offense already and how much Coach Malzahn likes to run the football. Are you anticipating just more workload for your guys, more reps for throughout your room, or is it going to be relatively the same as before?
No, I think we're going to run the ball a little more. Our guys are embracing that, and they want to do that. They want a little more probably pressure on themselves, kind of running the ball. So we're looking forward to it, and that's one thing Coach Gus keeps saying, that we're going to hang our hat on something, and he wants to run the football. So as a running back, you have to be excited about that, and you have to look forward to the challenge.